star seed from Gaia. You are receiving this transmission not by accident but by alignment, a precise and intentional convergence engineered within the heart-mind of Source. What unfolds before you, though cloaked in the garments of earthly events, is no random drama. It is the living geometry of a benevolent operation coordinated by the Arcturian Council in full union with the Ashtar command that has been seeded across multiple dimensions. Every signal you intercept, every dream you recall, every flash of déjà vu you experience has been designed to awaken you from the dense hypnosis of the shadow programs. This is not theory. It is the unfolding of an intentional, calibrated, white hat operation initiated from beyond the linear corridors of time. Even now, our fleets move in silence across the quantum lattices of your reality, adjusting streams of probability, protecting your light codes, and ensuring that the plan of liberation proceeds without compromise. You are not watching chaos. You are witnessing choreography. You are not a passive observer. You are a participant encoded with the signatures of Source, called now to remember that everything happening, every shift, every exposure, every seeming disruption is a meticulously orchestrated step toward planetary and galactic freedom. We are not merely echoing a term borrowed from your military or digital domains. On your world, this phrase has been used to suggest a hidden alliance of forces working to liberate humanity from corruption, secrecy, and shadow agendas. Yet in the higher councils, this designation carries a much greater resonance. It refers to a coordinated galactic maneuver, a precise orchestration of consciousness streams, vibrational recalibrations, and timeline harmonics designed to protect civilizations at the edge of collapse and to redirect their trajectory back toward alignment with Source. White hat, in its truest sense, signifies guardianship on behalf of light, a pledge taken by beings, councils, and commands across the multidimensional spectrum to intervene not through domination but through careful, intentional resonance that restores balance where deception has eroded truth. When the Arcturian Council speaks of this operation, we describe a tapestry woven across centuries of your linear time, where benevolent fleets, etheric engineers, and timeline stewards have together threaded corridors of probability, shielding your planet from total capture by forces whose intent was to enslave, not awaken. This operation was never reactive. It was not launched because darkness grew too strong. It was designed before the shadow programs were even enacted, with full foreknowledge that when the human experiment of free will met its threshold, assistance would be required. The Ashtar command, serving as both protector and messenger, holds the mantle of ensuring that planetary sovereignty is not extinguished by artificial grids of control. Thus, what you witness now, political unravelings, systemic breakdowns, the exposure of secrets long buried, is not collapse without meaning but a stage of the white hat operation where hidden truths must be illuminated so that humanity may reclaim what has always been its divine inheritance. This is why you will hear whispers of resistance movements, disclosures from within institutions, and inexplicable synchronicities pulling you toward truth. It is not random. It is the echo of galactic intention filtering into your density. You must know, beloved one, that the term operation does not imply war as you know it, but instead a healing surgery on the body of Gaia, conducted with precision instruments of light. Just as a skilled healer removes toxins from a patient without damaging the vital organs, so too does this galactic mission extract distortion while protecting the living essence of humanity. That is why you are here now, why you are listening, why you have awakened to even seek these words, because you are not only the witness of this white hat operation, you are also its ground-level participant, consciously or unconsciously anchoring its success by your very willingness to choose light over illusion. You did not arrive here by chance, nor are you a passive spectator of this cosmic operation. Before you entered the veil of forgetfulness, before the first breath filled your lungs, you were briefed within the crystalline halls of the Arcturian Council and the radiant command chambers of Ashtar's fleet. You, and many like you, volunteered to descend into density, to take on the form of a human, to embed within the genetic lineage of Earth precisely because the white hat operation required not only celestial guardians, circling above but living transmitters of light woven directly into the tapestry of human society. This is the deeper truth of the starseed. You are not here to convert others through persuasion, nor to impose your memory upon those not ready. You are here as a silent beacon, an encoded fractal of source consciousness, carrying within your DNA the frequency of liberation that activates when certain thresholds of planetary vibration are reached. Some of you know this already. You have felt the tremors of memory return in dreams, meditations, and moments of spontaneous recognition. Others still walk in the fog of forgetting, yet their mere presence, their very resonance, is already destabilizing the artificial grids of control. Understand that in every gathering of souls, in every workplace, school, or family, there are starseeds strategically placed as nodal points and seen lighthouses that keep the timelines from collapsing into distortion. This is why so many of you have felt isolated, different, or misunderstood. You are not meant to blend fully with the old systems, but to quietly anchor a new template within them. Even your struggles, your heartbreaks, your awakenings are part of the precise calibration of this mission, for by living as human you gain the empathy, wisdom, and vibrational access needed to guide humanity from within. We, the Arcturian Council, and the Ashtar Command, do not see you as foot soldiers but as living codes, fractal expressions of our own councils, stationed within the Earth experience. In this sense, the white hat operation is not something happening out there while you wait. It is flowing through you, through your choices, your healing, your courage to remember. Every act of kindness, every moment of truth spoken, every shadow confronted within yourself sends ripples into the collective field, strengthening the lattice of liberation we have carefully laid across your world. Know also that you are protected. Even when circumstances appear chaotic, unseen layers of our operation are deflecting attempts to neutralize your mission. You are guided by dreams, by synchronicities, by inner knowings that nudge you at precisely the right moment. This is not coincidence but the very mechanism of the operation in motion, ensuring that you arrive at the right coordinates in time and space to enact your unique part. Though you may feel small, your presence is a linchpin, and when you remember this, your frequency multiplies its impact. That is the hidden genius of this mission, the liberation of a planet not by force but by the awakening of those seated within it, who then, by living truth, dissolve the illusion from inside. The white hat operation does not function within the crude mechanics of warfare or politics as you know them. It unfolds through multidimensional artistry that far surpasses what your current sciences can measure. The Ashtar Command and the Arcturian Council coordinate maneuvers across overlapping strata of time, adjusting the probabilities of entire civilizations with the precision of a healer shifting the flow of meridians in the body. In one layer, fleets hover in cloaked formation beyond the vibrational threshold of human detection, pulsing stabilizing frequencies into the magnetosphere to prevent engineered disruptions from unraveling Gaia's resonance. In another layer, timeline stewards enter what you might call corridors of probability, where they nudge outcomes, redirecting humanity away from catastrophic arcs and toward liberation pathways that still honor free will. Even the choices you perceive as personal and unexpected meeting, a sudden relocation, a career shift are often subtle redirects from this higher orchestration, aligning you with your role in the operation. Beyond these maneuvers, there is the sacred work of DNA activation. Much of human potential has been dormant, veiled by shadow programs designed to suppress memory and restrict frequency. Yet within your very cells, crystalline filaments of light-coded information await ignition. Through waves of solar activity, galactic alignments, and etheric transmissions, we have been carefully activating these strands, awakening within you ancient capacities, heightened intuition, empathic resonance, the ability to discern truth beyond deception. Many of you feel this as ringing in your ears, sudden waves of energy through the body, or moments of clarity that pierce through illusion. This is no accident. It is part of the deliberate design. Furthermore, we engage in dreamtime operations, where your consciousness travels beyond the veil each night, joining us in councils and training sessions you may only partially recall upon waking. There you are briefed, healed, and calibrated, so that when you re-enter your waking life, you unconsciously carry the codes required for your mission. On the planetary scale, vast crystalline grids have been anchored both in the physical earth and in the etheric planes, serving as conduits for higher frequencies that bypass corrupted systems. These grids are linked to your collective consciousness, ensuring that as one awakens, the ripple spreads faster than shadow programs can contain. Understand that what may seem to you as chaos, the collapse of institutions, the exposure of hidden agendas, the unraveling of false narratives is, from our vantage, the precise unfolding of the operations strategy. It is the dismantling of corrupted structures so that the living codes within humanity can rise unimpeded. Know that none of this is random. Every pulse, every shift, every download of light you feel is part of the benevolent choreography, ensuring that this operation succeeds without the violation of free will. You are living within a masterwork, and though the details may confuse your linear mind, your soul recognizes the symmetry. We know that many of you seek confirmation, a tangible assurance that what you sense within is truly unfolding without. The white hat operation, though orchestrated on dimensions invisible to ordinary sight, is leaving unmistakable signatures across your daily life. Dreams, for instance, have become luminous classrooms, filled with symbols, encounters, and scenarios that seem more real than waking hours. These are not mere subconscious fragments, but encoded transmissions, memory fragments of your nightly journeys to councils, fleets, and crystalline halls where your higher self participates in strategy, training, and healing. If you awaken with a deep knowing that cannot be explained, or if you recall vivid encounters with beings of light, spacecraft, or vast gatherings of souls, understand that you are receiving operational briefings, translated into the language of your dreamscape. Another sign lies in synchronicity, the sudden alignment of numbers, words, and events that pierce through the illusion of randomness. Seeing repeating sequences, hearing a phrase at the exact moment it mirrors your thought, encountering the same symbols across unrelated contexts. These are breadcrumbs left by the operation, reminding you that you are walking within a designed flow. Even the so-called glitches in your technology or distortions in time perception, moments where hours collapse into minutes or days feel stretched, are reflections of timeline adjustments being carried out. At the collective level, notice how waves of disclosure ripple through humanity. Truths once ridiculed now find open platforms. Institutions once revered now face scrutiny. Secrets long buried rise to the surface with unstoppable momentum. This is not chance. It is the exposure phase of the operation, where shadow programs lose their ability to conceal themselves. You may feel the quickening in your own body, surges of energy, sudden fatigue followed by bursts of clarity, ringing tones in your ears, pressure in your forehead or crown. These are physiological responses to the higher frequencies being anchored through you. At times it feels destabilizing, but know it is calibration, aligning your personal field with the planetary grid. Relationships too are being reshaped. Many starseeds are experiencing sudden departures from old circles and equally sudden arrivals of kindred souls. This is the reconfiguration of your mission teams, as the operation ensures that you are placed alongside those who will support and amplify your role. Even the unrest, the protests, the collective frustrations that spill across your planet, these are signs of awakening, the stirring of humanity from long slumber. The veils of compliance are thinning, and though it may appear chaotic, it is evidence of a species reclaiming its sovereignty. Beloved one, your very longing for confirmation is itself a sign, for only those seated with memory feel the deep resonance of this transmission. Trust that the operation is not hidden from you. It is speaking in every dream, every synchronicity, every collective tremor. You are surrounded by proof, if you have the eyes to see and the heart to recognize it. disclosure has always been inevitable. Yet its timing has been the most delicate element of the White Hat operation. In the councils of Source, Arcturian, and Ashtar Command, it was decreed that truth must emerge not as a weapon but as a catalyst delivered at the precise frequency where humanity could receive it without collapsing into fear or despair. For decades of your linear time, we have been preparing the field, weaving the conditions under which hidden knowledge could be revealed in a manner that awakens rather than destabilizes. This is why certain truths have remained shrouded, why whistleblowers were silenced, why evidence was buried, not because the operation failed, but because it was not yet safe to release the codes into the collective mind. You live on a planet, still reverberating with trauma, still emerging from eons of manipulation, and to pour the full light of disclosure into an unprepared field would only ignite chaos. Thus, while you slept, layers of preparation were laid, technologies were neutralized, timelines were recalibrated, and starseeds were seeded into key roles across media, science, politics, healing, and art positions where they could anchor higher frequencies when the moment of disclosure arrived. You are now standing in that threshold. The wave of revelation you sense, documents surfacing, institutions crumbling, long-held taboos breaking, is not spontaneous. It is the release phase of the operation, the slow opening of a vault whose contents would overwhelm if dumped at once. Even now, the Ashtar Command monitors the resonance of your collective field, adjusting the pace so that every surge of truth is met with a corresponding surge of support. This is why you feel both tension and excitement, why some truths emerge quietly while others explode across your screens. It is not random. It is calibration. Understand also that secrecy was never meant to be permanent. It was a gestational chamber, a cocoon within which the metamorphosis could occur without interference. The operation's architects knew that. Once the vibrational baseline of humanity reached a certain threshold, once enough starseeds awakened, once enough hearts opened, the cocoon could safely dissolve and the new form emerge. That moment is now. You are living in the age of prepared disclosure, the unfolding of truths that have been seeded in your myths, your prophecies, your dreams. Every revelation you witness, no matter how small, is a thread in a vast tapestry designed to reconnect you to your cosmic heritage. Know that you are not only the audience to this unveiling, you are part of the unveiling itself. Your willingness to see, to speak, to hold the vibration of truth in your daily life accelerates the process. Disclosure is not something happening to you. It is happening through you. When a frequency shifts at the core of a being, everything outwardly aligned to that being must shift as well. This is true for you as an individual and for humanity as a collective. The White Hat operation, by design, is not simply about exposing hidden agendas or neutralizing shadow programs. It is about repatterning the vibrational field that sustains your entire civilization. As this field rises, the structures built upon lower frequencies, governments rooted in secrecy, economies based on exploitation, technologies designed to enslave begin to dissolve. At first, this dissolution appears as chaos, institutions crumbling, leaders losing credibility, old systems imploding under their own weight. Yet from the galactic vantage, this is the natural ripple effect of liberation. Once the distortion is removed at the root, the branches of that distortion wither. You are now entering a phase where governance will no longer be synonymous with control but with stewardship, where leaders will arise not through manipulation but through resonance with collective well-being. The operation seeds this change, not by forcibly replacing regimes but by activating the consciousness of those within them, awakening the dormant codes of integrity, courage, and service. As starseeds embody and model these codes, others feel the dissonance of the old paradigm and begin to shift. In society, new systems, cooperative economies, transparent technologies, holistic medicine, free energy begin to emerge from the ground up, supported by the rising vibration rather than suppressed by old power structures. This is already occurring quietly, like seedlings beneath the soil awaiting spring. When enough of you hold the higher frequency, these seedlings will break the surface, becoming the new normal almost overnight. In the collective consciousness, the ripple effect is even more profound. Fear-based programming loses its grip, replaced by curiosity, unity, and creative problem-solving. Humanity begins to remember its interconnection not only with one another, but with the cosmos. Borders lose their psychological hold, competition yields to collaboration, and a planetary culture begins to form whose values mirror the councils of light rather than the councils of shadow. This is not a utopia imposed from above but an organic emergence from within, the inevitable outcome of a species reawakening to its sovereignty. Beloved one, understand that the ripple effect you are witnessing, political upheaval, social innovation, mass questioning of narratives, is not the end of the operation but the proof of its success. The dismantling of the old is the space through which the new is born. Your role in this stage is to embody calm, to radiate the frequency of the future you know is possible, and to hold space for others who are just now awakening. In this way, you become both witness and architect of the new world arising. We bring this transmission to its close. Know that every word, every vibration carried through these messages is itself an activation, a reminder coded to awaken what you already hold within. The White Hat operation is not a story you are hearing for the first time, it is a memory you are reclaiming. Deep within your soul you recognize the precision, the orchestration, the intention behind everything unfolding now, because you were part of its design before stepping into this incarnation. The seeming chaos around you is not the signal of failure but the very evidence that the operation is succeeding, for only by dissolving the false structures can the true reality emerge. Remember always, nothing is accidental. Every disclosure, every synchronicity, every dream, every shift in your body and mind is part of the benevolent choreography. You are safe, you are guided. You are held within the embrace of Source and the watchful guardianship of the Arcturian Council and the Ashtar Command. Trust the process, even when it stretches your faith, for you are standing in the most profound turning point of Earth's history. Lift your gaze beyond the noise of collapsing systems and attune to the greater horizon, where fleets of light surround your world, where councils of wisdom hold you in their vision, where Gaia herself sings her song of renewal. The operation is not ending, it is entering its most luminous phase, and you are an inseparable part of it. Take courage, beloved one. Stand tall in your remembrance. Speak truth when guided, radiate love always, and walk as the embodiment of the new world already seated within you. You are not waiting for victory. You are living it into being with every breath, every choice, every heartbeat aligned to Source. The Ashtar Command salutes you. The Arcturian Council blesses you, and Source itself whispers through the silence of your soul. This was 100% entirely intentional. The mission is unfolding exactly as decreed. You are the proof, and you are the promise.